Yeah, so last class we have discussed about the SQL basics and introduction to SQL and all. So today we are going to discuss about the data types in Oracle. So please read this one for 10 seconds and then we'll explain you what are the data types, important data types in SQL. Those things we'll explain. Initial 3 4 classes will go a little bit slow because like many people they do first time. So we'll go a little bit slow. Once you'll pick up the speed, then we'll go a little bit faster. We'll like Saturday, Sunday we'll have the 1 hour 45-minute class like that we'll have. So now the class will be 1 hour 20 minute 25 minute or 1 hour 30 minute. Read this one as well. Okay, guys. So today we are going to discuss about the data types in Oracle SQL or Oracle SQL or any other database. These are the important database what they follow to for the data, whatever like data to be stored and what type of data will be there. So for that only they are having the data types. In the sense like we'll have three major different types of data types, which will be string data types, numeric data types, date and time data types. Before we start, we have to understand that why we need a data types in Oracle. What is the use of this data types? What is the use of this data types? Like string data types means what, numeric data types means what, and time data types means what? Where exactly it will be useful. So before we proceed further, so let's discuss. Let's see the data, and then we'll be able to see that like what exactly this data types will be used for. So for that, like if you'll go for the HR schema, you'll be able to see your table details. Like you can fire the query, select a star from employees, where you'll be able to see your employees related data. So this is the inbuilt table Oracle has provided for your practice purpose. So these are the data you see here. So employee ID is having all numeric kind of data. And if you see first name, it is having all string kind of data, and your phone number, which is having numbers plus special character of data. If you'll see higher date, it is having the date data. So if I see the structure of this employee table, if I see the structure of this employee table, DSC employee, if you'll write, you will be able to see the structure, like what are the columns are there, what data types it is having. All these details you will be able to see here. So now if you see here, employees table, as we know that employees table is having 11 columns. Employees table is having 11 columns, and those 11 columns details are there in the structure. If you will say that DSC employees, which means describe employees. So you will be able to see that employee ID, their first name is their last name. All these 11 columns are mentioned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 columns are there. So for this is the column name. Employee ID left side, if you'll see, this is the column names. Okay, these are the columns names inside the table. And right side, if you'll see, these are the data types. These are the data types. Means what? Employee ID. What is the data types? Number. What is the data types? Number. First name. What is the data type? Where2. Your hire date. What is the data type? Date data type. Phone number. What is the data type? Where2. And this is the length they have provided. Employee ID will hold up to six digit numbers. Employee ID will hold up to 6 digit of numbers. This is the length of the values what you'll be able to enter here. You'll be able to enter, like this is the 3 digit number here. You are able to see here 3-digit number. For employee ID, you are able to see the 3-digit number. Up to 6 digits, you can add here the length. Then where first name var2, which var2, which is like string type of data type, which will hold string data plus special character data plus numbers also you will be able to store when you will mention here var2. So I'll explain that what exactly var2 in sometimes. Here they have given the 20 length, means up to 20 characters you will be able to add here. Up to 20 characters you will be able to add here. So if you'll try to add more than 20 character, it will throw error. It will throw error. So that is the meaning of that. 25 characters for the last name. You will be able to add up to 25 characters only in the last name columns value. Whatever the value you see here, those values you will be able to store up to 25 characters only. And why we need a numbers? When you want to store the data as a part of digits or numbers, then you have to declare data types as a number. If you have a requirement to store data as a string format or character format, then you have to declare a data type as a varchar2. If you want to store data as a date data, if you want to store data as a date data, store as a date data, then you are going to mention the data type as a date data types. So all these things are there. So if you see here salary they have mentioned as a number. As we know that salary will be come under always in the numbers format. And here they have mentioned as a 8 comma 2. I'll explain you in sometimes what it is 8 comma 2 and 2 comma 2, and the manager ID also number, and the department ID also it's a number. So wherever you want to store the data in a digit or number format, then you are gonna declare data type as a number. Declare data type as a number. Now next one, if you see here, definition wise, as I told you that data types in Oracle are data types mainly classified into three categories for every database. Like each and every database, major will be string data types, numeric data types, and date and time data types. What type of data you want to store in a date table for each and every column, you can mention your data types, and you will be able to store those kind of data. So Oracle string data types, there are multiple varieties in the Oracle string data types. One is varchar2, which is very useful, which is nowadays varchar2 only we are using. And each and everything if you will declare also this data types, it will be stored as a varchar2 only. So what is this varchar2? Latest database will have the varchar2 only. Varchar2, it is used to store variable string data with the predefined length. It can be stored up to 4,000 byte of data. So when you will mention any column as a varchar2 data type, you will be able to store up to 4,000 byte of data. You will be able to store in any of the column data types. Whereas like a char data types, if you mention as a char data types, then it is accepting up to 2,000 byte of characters. It is used to store character data within the predefined length. It can be stored up to 2,000 byte of data. Whereas varchar earlier days, the starting of the data types, it was storing. We were able to mention varchar only. So it is the same as varchar2. You can also use varchar data types, but it is suggested to use varchar2. 2,000 byte of data it will store. So nowadays, what will happen if you'll give any column as a data type while creating a table? When you give any table, any column as a data type as char or varchar, by default it will take varchar2 only. If you assign any column as a varchar or char data type, by default it will show you varchar2 data types only. Varchar2 data types only. So it is provided by the Oracle database only. If you assign any column as a data type as a varchar or char data type, by default it will show you varchar2 data types only. Varchar2 data types only. This question they will not ask you if you'll go for the in what is that like experience level. If you'll go with the 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of experience, then this questions they will not ask you. This is very basic level, so they will not ask you. As an example of string data types, if you'll go for the name column you are adding to the XYZ table, consider that you are adding a name column to XYZ table and you assign varchar, varchar 250 like that you assign. By default, when you will see the output, it will be assigned as a name varchar to 250. Examples of varchar, varchar to data types or string data types, like you can assign j, uh, combinations of string plus numbers, names, locations, any type. Okay. So why I'm saying that you will be able to store data, number plus string also, or a special character also. So what happened in varchar 2? So varchar 2 is a alphanumeric data types. Varchar 2 is a alphanumeric data types. No, alphanumeric data types. What is the meaning of alphanumeric means? You will be able to store string also, alphabet also. You will be able to store numbers also in this, and then you will be able to store special character also. Special characters also you will be able to store. Special characters means what? Uh, uh, you know, um, uh, dot, star, all these things you will be able to store as per the special character. So underscore and all you will be able to store in the case of a special character. Alphanumeric means it will you will be able to store string data also, numbers data also, and then a special character also. All combinations also you can make it. Like if you see your phone number they have mentioned as a varchar phone number they have mentioned as a varchar 2. So if you see the data here, it is showing as a numbers plus dot star a special character. Dot will come under the special character. So you are able to store dot also numbers plus dot a special character. So here you are storing strings. Here you are storing numbers plus special characters dot also. So that is what the varchar 2 advantage. Okay. Whenever you assign a value to varchar, it should be in a single quote. Like I'm assigning a value to name column. Then you have to declare in a single quote. Single quote. So this is what the string data type. Same way, if you'll go for the numeric data types, so numeric data types you can assign with the any column as number p comma s. Number p comma s. Let's see the example p comma s how it will be. Consider that salary column is there where number p 8 is p and s is what 2. P comma S format you can assign. You can assign with only P, but if you want to add some decimal point after the number, then you're going to assign in the form of P comma S. P means precision. P means precision. S means scale. Number, precision comma scale. It contains precision P before decimal. Whatever the before decimal value will be there, it will be called as precision. After decimal, it will be called as scale. After decimal values, it will be called as scale values. Scale values. The precision P can range from 1 to 38. The precision P value, the precision P value before decimal, you can add up to 38 digits only. You can add up to 38 digits only. After decimal, you can add up to 127 digits. After decimal, you can add up to 127 digits. So what is this number data types? Number data types will come as a number p comma s. It contains precision p before decimal. P means before decimal, whatever the digit will come, that will be considered as a precision. After decimal, whatever the value will come, that will be called as scale. This before decimal, you can add up to 38 digit only. After decimal, you can add up to 127 digit only. Okay. As example, if you will take salary, if they have mentioned a 5,2, salary number 5,2, then before decimal, you will be able to add 5 digit only. Before decimal, you will be able to add 5 digit only. 2, if they have mentioned scale as 2, then after decimal, you will be able to add 2 digit only. Okay, 2 digit only. More than 2 digit, it will not support when you have mentioned as a 2 here. The same thing here. if you'll see your data structure of the employees table, they have mentioned a salary 8, comma 2. Means what? You can add in the salary column value up to 8 digit before decimal, like uh, like this 8 digit, and after decimal only 2 digit you can mention. After decimal you can add up to 2 digit. Same thing for commission percentage. Same thing for the commission percentage. Number 2, comma 2. Number 2, comma 2 means uh, 00.00. Means before decimal, you can add 2 digit. After decimal, you can add 2 digit only. So like this. So if you see the value of commission percentage, if you see the value of commission percentage, you see here it is mentioned 0.15. So after decimal, only two digit. Before decimal, it can support up to 2 digit. 2, comma 2 is the structure here. So this is what the number data type. This is what the number data type. Same thing for the date and time data types. Same thing for the date and time data types. Date, it is used to store a valid date time format with a fixed length. With a fixed length. It is range varies from January 1, 4712 BC and to December 31st, 4 times of 9 AD. So this is the minimum date you can add into your database. This is the maximum date you can add into a database. So date values, which will be in a DDMMYY format. In Oracle SQL, if you see here, your date is in what? DDMMYY format. DD means day, month, and year format. DDMMYY format. It is in DDMMYY format, and your minimum date range you can add up to 1st January 4712 BC to December 31st, 4 times of 980. So this maximum date, what you see, no, it's like you cannot imagine also. And anything which is like data which they have started storing, consider that 1st January 1900 is the starting date. So normal ways what happen in a companies, consider that if any data is there, just a second, guys. Yeah, guys. So date, if in the real-time scenario, when you will be working in a company, if you see the data, consider that you have joined any company, and your data is not updated. Your joining date is not updated into their portal. In joining portal, they have not updated the joining date. If they in the joining portal, if they have not updated when you have joined the company, so you will be able to see that they have mentioned as a 1st January 1900. So if any other support team, if you'll see now, then they will find out what is your joining date and then they will update it same thing. So by default, in any kind of data, if you see, where they have not know, they don't know when the transaction happened or when the people have joined or anything else, then they will mention by default date will be 1st January 1900. So that other people or support people, they'll see and then they will check this one whether we can update these values or not. Consider that you have joined 6 months back any company, and by default in the joining portal it is showing as a 1st January 1900. Then support team will see this one and then they will find out when is your joining date and they will update it this one. Consider that you have joined a company 6 months back or 1 year back, and your leaving date is not fixed. When you are going to leave the company, it is not fixed. When you are going to leave the company, that is not fixed. In that case, what will happen? They will mention 31st December, 4 times of 9. This is the by default knowing that not like his exit date is not yet confirmed. His no, exit date is not yet confirmed. Employee is still working in a company and he's not planning to leave company in within 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months or any time. So why by default they will mention as a 31st, 12, 4 times of 9. So that is what the meaning of maximum date range and minimum date range. This is the minimum date range. By default, they will update. This is the maximum date range, what they will update. So by default, your Oracle database or any other database, they will have the DDMMYY, or somewhere it will be mentioned as a MMDDYY format also. Like both the things are possible, depends on the database to database, how they have designed. So it will be there. So the DDMMYY or MMDDYY format means days, month, and year format, or month, days, and year format. Minimum date range, if date is not none, then they will mention 1st January 1900. If date is not none for the existing date or the maximum date, then they will mention as a for 31st December, 4 times of 9. This is what the your date values. And in date column, whatever the data you want to assign in date format, DDMMYY format, then you have to declare a column as a date date column, dates data types. Higher date they have declared as a date. And what they are storing? They are storing date data. So same thing, if you want to store data in DDMMYY hours, minute, and second format, you want to store data in DDMMYY hours, minute, and second format, then you can declare the, timestamp. You can declare the column data type as a timestamp. You can declare the column data type as a timestamp, where it will be stored in DDMMYY, HH, SS, hours, minutes, second, it will be stored. So this is the data types. When you have to use this one, when you will create the tables and when you will add some column in this, then you are going to use this date and timestamp. So this is what your data types. Now, let me know if anyone did not understand. Will
Sir, what is the difference between the varchar and varchar to accept the storage?
varchar earlier days they were using. Now by default they have declared as a varchar 2.
Any other difference except the storage, sir?
No, no, same only.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I
Anyone
think
else?
there is a difference of allocation, right? I think uh, in Barker 2, even if you declare it as how many ever bytes, it will only allocate whatever you use is allocated. Rest is set
Hmm.
free. I think that is there in
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, like if you are storing 5 characters only, it will take 5 up to 5 characters in memory space only. So those things are also there. Okay. So yeah, anyone else? Anything else? Okay, so this is the first chapter. We have done with the first chapter. So next chapter we are gonna learn that data retrieval techniques. How we are gonna write data retrieval techniques. How we are gonna write queries in the database. Those things we will learn. Our recording is going on. Okay, so now second chapter will be. So second chapter, we are starting with the data retrieval techniques. Data retrieval techniques. So in this data retrieval techniques is very basic level. Very basic level. What exactly we are going to do? It is we are going to run the query in the database. If you want to fetch the data, then we are going to write the select statement. With the select statement, we can add a from clause, and then if you want to apply the filter condition, then we can add where clause. So the basic things, if you want to fetch any data from any table, then you're going to write select a star from employees, select a star from employees. From means from which table you want? From this table I want. So that is the meaning of select a statement. If you will add where clause, then it is gonna use to do filter. We'll see that one later. First, we'll read this one, select a statement. Please read for 10-15 seconds and then I'll explain it. Okay, guys. So now the select queries retrieve data from one or more existing table views or etc. So if you want to fetch the data, if you want to retrieve the data from a single table or from the multiple join table, then you are going to use select a statement. Then you are going to use select a statement. So how it works? The SQL select statement used to fetch the data from a database table which returns data in a rows and column format. So when you will fetch the data from a table, it will return you data in a rows and column format. Means what? This is vertical one will be called as columns, vertical one will be called as columns, and horizontal will be called as rows. So this is horizontal, it will be called as rows, vertical it will be called as column. So if you'll go down, how many total records we have? 107 rows we have in employees table. How many columns we have? We have 11 columns here. We have 11 columns here. The result table are called as result set. Okay. So when you will write a query in worksheet, this is called as worksheet here. When you will write a query to the worksheet, what will happen when you will run this one? Then it will give you the result set. You will get the output in the result set. So queries result or result set it will be called. And if you want to save this screen for this query, you want to save this screen. Okay. Then you can do this pin button. If you click on this pin button, it will go down, which means your this output screen is saved. When you run another query, this will not disappear. It will be there in a tab. Now see, whatever we have saved, it is there. Next query when I'm running, it is opening in another tab. This also, if you want to save, click on the red button. This output screen, it will be saved. And then if you run another query, the another tab will be open. Third tab is open here. So like this, you can work out. Then the star operator represents all the columns of the table. When you say the select a star from table name, when you say select a star from table name, a star means what? Print all the columns. All the columns. So like this, it will give you all the columns. Whatever the columns it will be there, it will give you those columns as well as the data which belongs to those columns. Select a star from employees. When you will say that, it will print all the columns which belongs to employees table, and whatever the data for that column, it will print. It will print. So star means all the columns, all the rows you can say. In general way, definition wise is saying that a star means it will print all the columns, but I am adding one more point. A star will give you all the columns and all the rows for the table. All the columns, all the rows for the table. Then if you want, second syntax is, if you want to fetch only limited column, I don't want to fetch all the 11 columns. I want to fetch only one column or two columns or three columns or four columns. Then we can declare the column name in the select statement. We can declare the column name in the select statement. Whatever the column you will define here, whatever the column you will define here, those column only it will print. Those columns only it will print. One more interesting thing in ETL testing is, one more interesting thing in ETL testing is we are gonna work on the select statement only. We are gonna work on the select statement only. We are not gonna work on the DDL and DML command. ETL testing, frequently we are going to use only select statement. Select statement. We are not going to use any DDL or DML command. We don't have responsibility to create table, insert values, modify the tables. Those things are developer scope. Our ETL testing scope is only select statement. That's why your ETL testing is easy. You don't have to do anything other than DRL command, select a statement. So coming back to your syntax too, if you want to fetch the data, single column, double column, then we can do it using column name. Consider that out of the employees table, I want to fetch employee ID only. I want to fetch only employee ID details. So select employee ID from employees table. When you write here, when you write like this, so what happened here? You see here, only employee ID is showing. Only employee ID is showing. But you have what? You have other column also. Out of that, you are only fetching. So consider that I'm saving this output screen. Now I want to fetch only employee ID. So I'm writing here, select employee ID from employees table. It will give you only employee ID values. So whatever the values which belongs to employee ID, it will give you all the values. Consider that I want to get, apart from employee ID, I want to get first name also. Then how can we write it? We can add first name also along with the employee ID. See, I'm taking from the basic guys. Whoever don't know how to write the SQL, you can learn from here. And this is the very basic, very first step. You can say that in alphabet it's a A. Then we'll move to B, C, like that. We'll reach till Z. So now select employee ID. From employee ID, I want to add another column as first name. I want to add another column as first name. Now see here, select employee ID, first name from employees table. So now we have given input as a two columns. What we are expecting here? We are expecting here output as a, it should show two columns only. Now see, two columns only it is showing. Whatever the data which belongs to, whatever the data which belongs to employee ID and first name, everything it is showing. Everything it is showing. Consider that I want to add salary column also. I want to add a salary column also. Then you can write it like select employee ID, first name, comma. You have to give comma and then salary, salary, salary. So someone who don't know SQL earlier, so you can ask me that, sir, which each and every query you are writing here semicolon. You are writing here semicolon. What is this meaning? So if you will not give this semicolon, what Oracle will see, what Oracle will think, what this database will think that you are continue with this query in the next line also. You are continue with this query in the next line also. You see here, I have written here, select employee ID from employees, and I have not terminated this query yet. So when I have not terminated this query, when I'll run this query will think that, okay, my starting point from here, and you cannot execute two selected statement here. Now it's saying that SQL command not properly ended. So what it means, each and every query should be terminated with the semicolon. Each and every query should be terminated with the semicolon. What database will backend it will think, okay, this query is ending here. When you will terminate the query with the semicolon, backend will think that, okay, this query is ending here and this query is ending here. This query is ending here and then this query is ending here. Like this is the meaning of semicolon. Okay. So coming back to your topic, select employee ID, first name and salary column. So which means it will populate only three values. It will populate only three columns. sorry, 3 columns it will populate. Whatever you will pass here, that column only it will print. Consider that I'm adding here department ID also. So it altogether it will give you 4 columns. You want, you can write all 11 columns name here. And then if you want, you can write single columns. You want 2 columns, 3 columns. Why we are writing this one or column or 2 columns or 3 columns? Consider that when you are validating the data, so you need to see only 1 column data, or you want to see 2 column data. In that time, how many columns are required? That many columns only you can pass it. In one table, in real-time scenario, you can have 5 columns also, 10 columns also, 20 columns also, 50 columns also, it can be there. So number of columns in a table is not fixed. Depends on the company requirement, they will create all these tables. They will create all this table. So this is what your select a statement with a column. Select a statement with a column. Any doubt till here? Anyone? It's very basic. You, if you are learning first time, then you have to practice all this query from the starting, and then you have to go for the other things. Okay. Now, coming back to your where clause, you can read this one. So this is what method we follow. For each and every topics, we'll give you 10, 15 second, 20 second for read. And then when you will read once, and then I'll explain you in detail so that it will be very complete. You will understand properly. Otherwise, if I'll try directly, if I'll start teaching you, it will be blank for you. It like you will be knowing few people, you will be knowing basic of SQL. So you feel that this is waste of time when I'm giving you 10 second, 20 second. But furthermore, when the complex topics will come, when the other topics will come, which you will not knowing, that time if you read once, that will be very good for you. Initial 3-4 classes, I will go little slow, and it will be, basic only to make you understand, to make you write, that you are able to write the queries. Okay.
Could you just go to the previous screen for a minute, for a second? I just want to see if I missed anything.
So these two I'll explain later. Up to here only you have to consider.
Okay, okay. You can show the next screen.
Okay, guys. So now consider that if you see the output here, if you see the output, when I'm writing select a star from employees, when I'm writing select a star from employees, so it is giving me all the 107 records, whichever belongs to the employees table, which is belongs to the employees table. It is giving me 107 record. Completely, it is giving me 107 record. But my requirement is that I don't want to see all the record. In real time scenario, you will have data in a millions of data will be there. In real-time scenario, you will have data in a millions way. So what will happen in that case? What will happen in that case? Millions of records will be there. So each and every if you write select a star from employees, it will take more time to execute. But you want to see the data for 1 or 2 values only, or 3 values, or anything else you want to check the data. So you can write out here filter condition. I don't want to get all the 107 record. I want to see only employee 100 details. All the details I want to see. All the columns value I want to see for the employee 100. In that case, what we can do, we can apply the where condition. We can apply the where condition. Okay. From clause is nothing but you're gonna give the reference from which table you want. So that's all with some keyword here. Now where clause, the where clause is used for the filter records. From the overall record, if you want to apply the filter condition, then you are gonna use where condition. Out of 107 record, I want to filter out the record. I want to print only 1 record. I want to print only 2 record. I want to print this record. Then you can apply where condition, and then you will be able to fetch the data. Then you will be able to fetch the data. It is used to extract only those records that fulfill a specified condition. Okay, so whatever the condition you are applying here in a where condition, whatever the condition you are giving here in the where condition, those value only it will, whatever the condition it will satisfy. Consider that I am going to give here where employee ID is equals to 100. So this, if this condition satisfy, then only you are going to get the result. See, this condition, employee ID 100, we have employee ID 100. In the data, we have employee ID 100. And this condition satisfied, then you are able to see this data in the table. Consider that if I am writing here 1000, employee ID 1000. Do we have employee ID 1000 in employees table? We don't have employee ID 1000 in the employees table. When you write like this, it will throw error. So you don't have employee ID 100. It is showing as a 0 record. It is not showing as any record. So we have up to employee ID 100, 206. So up to that only you will be able to fetch the data. So when you are passing a single values, it will show you single values output only. Whatever the data which belongs to 206, those values only it will show. Single value for employee ID is 206. So you are able to see only single values. So if you want to apply filter for overall table, then you can use where condition column name equals to that value. Then we'll go in a detail level, no worries. If the given condition is satisfied, then only it returns a specific value from the table. If the given condition is satisfied, then only it returns a specific value from the table. If it's satisfied, then only it is going to give you the value. Guys, I'll explain you how to do practice in online in some times once we complete this chapter. Okay, so just wait for some times. I'll explain you. Few people ask me how to practice online. Show me that. So they are not able to do it. How to do practice in online SQL. Consider that you are in office and all, and you are using office laptop. So in that case, you will not able to install Oracle SQL in that. So you can use online SQL, and then you will be able to do practice. You will be able to do practice. Okay, now you see here, select a star from table name where some condition, whatever the condition it will satisfy, those value only it will print. If the condition does not satisfy, it will not print any values. Okay, then another thing is that here, when I'm writing a star, I'm getting all the columns here. I'm writing all the columns here. Okay, for employee ID 206, I'm getting all the columns. Whatever the columns which belongs to employees table, I'm getting all the columns. Now my next requirement is that I don't want to see all the columns for employee ID 206. Okay, I don't want to see all the columns for employee ID 100. I want to see only employee ID for this employee ID 100. I want to see only employee ID for employee ID 100. So when you run this one, you have to give here column name employee underscore ID. When you will pass employee ID under ID, which means that you will get only employee ID 100. So employee ID 100 you are getting. Employee ID 100 you are getting. So consider that I want to see another values also. I want to see with the first name also. I want to see employee ID plus first name. Then you can pass here same thing. Column name you can pass here. And then when you run this one, only two columns it will show. Only two columns it will show. Consider that I want to fetch other 3-4 columns also altogether. You just pass all these columns. It will give you 4 columns here, which for the employee ID 100. See, like this you will get it. So this is the another method. Now coming back to your complex level little bit. Okay, this is the easiest way you can use the where condition with a star and then column. Now coming back to little bit more in detail. I want to see single value. Then I'm passing here single value. Then I'm passing here single values. Consider that I want to see details for two values. One is 100 and another is 101. Then how can we write it? How can we write it? Any thought?
We can use AND condition.
Yeah,
Add.
we can use analytical operations and or like that.
Or yeah.
like or 101 like this, it will give error
No,
when you'll
no.
say
In
It will give
conditional
only
type.
one column if
hmm,
or
hmm.
if while using and it will give both the columns.
But why that much of complexity? We'll go a
In, we
little
can use in.
when we have to pass multiple values. So you can't write values like this. You can't write values like this. It will throw error because we know that equals to sign, you are equating for single values only. When you are adding any double values to equals to, it will throw error. It will throw error. So in this case, when you want to get the data for multiple values, then you can add here in operator in, and then open the bracket and then close the bracket for how many values you want. So I want two values, then you can write in an in operator and then it will give you the two values data. Or you want to add another values, you can add here with the comma 102, 102, 102. Then you can add another values 103. Like this you can add. Okay. So consider that one person told me that we can add, we can use OR operator also. Like how you can use it is equals to 100, or again employee ID is equals to 101, 101. So it will give you two record. So like this also you can make it, but you see here it's a very big this one. So it's SQL or any other programming language. What we do, what we do, we don't use complex things. We make sure that the way we write query, it will be it will take less lines and all. We don't do that much of complex. We do a smart work. So we don't do like this. We do as a in operator. We do as a in operator. Okay. Now consider that I want to fetch the details of who is working for employee ID 100 to 109. Mean like first initial 10 record I want to find. Initial 10 record I want to find. So how we are going to do it? In operator, you can add 10 values. You can add 10 values here, whatever the values you want. But 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 there is other way also. We can add a between operator also. That I'll come later. But consider that this is the value you can do it. And same thing. For one thing I forgot to tell you, consider that whose name is Steven. I want to get all the details. Like select star from employees, and then where first name is equals to first name is equals to Steven. When I write here Steven like this, it will not execute. It will not give me the output. Now see, Steve1 is invalid character. Steve1 is invalid character. Why? Because whenever you pass any values, uh, varchar2 values or date values, varchar2 values or date values, you have to pass in a single quote. You have to pass in a single quote. You remember always, whenever you pass string values or the date values, or you can say that wherever you see here varchar2 data type values as well as date data type values, then you have to pass in a single quote. Then only it will execute. Then only it will execute. There are two records for st1, so it is showing two records for st1. Now, these values are case sensitive. These values are case sensitive. These values are case sensitive. How? Because when I say that S is small, here S in uppercase, initial letter in uppercase and first letter in a lowercase. When I write like this, it will not give you any output. It will not give you any output. So column names are not case sensitive. You can write in uppercase, you can write in a lowercase. There is no problem. Table name, column name are not case sensitive. Uppercase, lowercase, anything is fine here. But when you write first name, as a value when you are passing, that is case sensitive. That is case sensitive. So always you have to remember this point. This is case sensitive. If the pattern will match, then only it will give you the output. If patterns does not match, then it will not give you the output. Now see, whichever the pattern S is uppercase, it's matching. Consider that I'm making here upper letter N. So it will again not give you anything. So the values should be passed exactly. Okay, next one. This is one thing. Next one, consider that I want to find the salary. Okay, whose salary is 10,000, those records I want to find. So we can say that select a star form, employees table, where salary is equals to 10,000, we can say. Okay, perfect. Salary is equals to 10,000. So whoever is getting salary of 10,000, those records it will show. Those records it will show. Consider that I'm writing like this, and then you are getting. We are getting who is getting salary 10,000. 4 people are getting salary 10,000. We are getting here 4 records here. Now consider that I want to find the people who are getting a salary between 10,000 and 20,000. Salary between 10,000 and 20,000. Then how can we write it? The salary range I want from 10,000 to 20,000. 20,000. So how can we write it? We have to use between operator. We can use between operator, between an and operator. So what it will give you? Salary between 10,000 first range and second range 20,000. Now salary between 10,000 and 20,000. When you write like this is the initial range. These values are included here. This values also included, which will fall in between 10,000 and 20,000 values. Those records it will show. Now see the values. We are getting approximately 18 people who is getting salary between 10,000 and 20,000. As I told you that when I write salary between 10,000 and 20,000, don't think this is excluded. This is included in the list. This is included in the list. 10,000, 10,000. And upper and lower limit will be included here. Somewhere you will see that it will be excluded. Apart from that, whatever the value will be there, it will give you that value only. But here is included. Okay. Next thing. Next, anything else? Now, one more thing. I want to get all the details. People who are not between 10,000 and 20,000. Okay. Who is getting like whose salary not between 10,000 and 20,000, maybe less than or greater than, those values I want to find. I want the data range which falls between 10,000 and 20,000, which does not fall into the 10,000 and 20,000. Then in that case, we can write salary not between 10,000 and 20,000. Like see, whatever the salary less than 10,000 and greater than 20,000, it will give. Okay.
Sir, we can use not in operator also. In
We can
clause
use
also.
not in all. But not in, I'll explain you now. But I am giving a value range. So those which will not
Okay.
fall in this 10,000, 20,000, that only it will show you. Like except this in the salary between 10,000 and 20,000, it will show all other values. All other values. Okay. Now consider that in operator. in operator. Now I want to fetch uh, employee ID except 100 and 101. All other values I want to fetch. I don't want to fetch these two values. I don't want to fetch these two values. I don't want to fetch these two values. Apart from this, all other values I want to fetch. So simply you can write it. Simply you can write it. Not in. Not in if you give. Consider that what output will get in operator here. We get the two records. Two records here. But apart from this, I want to get other values except 100 and 101. Guys, go on mute. Okay, 100 and 101. So in that case, we are going to add not in operator. Not in operator. I know people who are learning first time, you have to do practice. This is all very basic. Very basic. Once you will sit and you will do all this practice, you will be able to understand this. So how many of you are practicing first time? Last time, 4-5 people raised the hand. Just do the practice. I'm going to share you this query. Someone can share in the group also. Someone, please share in the group so that everyone will have, because some people will join from mobile, some people will join from laptop. So whoever is joining with the mobile, copy this one and then paste in the group. I don't have login to the group here, so you can pass it this one. I'm gonna paste it here. This is what the select statement, guys. So just pass it. Do we have anything else? Okay, so that's all about the things, guys. Okay, so this is what the we have for the second chapters. Select a statement. Okay, then with the select a statement, we can add a where clause as well as group by clause, having clause, and order by clause. These things we'll learn in future classes. So as of now, we have learned where clauses. This will learn in the upcoming classes. Okay, so this is what the things we have in the select a statement and then select with where condition. Okay. Now, next class, next class we'll discuss about the DDL command. Next class we'll discuss about the DDL command. I don't want to throw everything in one class only. Now we'll discuss how can we do practice in using online SQL. So all these topics we are going to discuss in DDL command in the Friday class. So next class we will have the Friday evening we'll have the class 8 to 9:30, and then Saturday, Sunday we'll have the regular classes. So like this we are gonna learn. Okay. So all these things are detail level. So it will take one class to complete DDL command. So we'll complete it and then we'll move to the DML command after this. After this we'll go for the DML command. Then we'll go for the functions. Functions class will take 2.5 sessions. Then we'll go for aggregate functions. Then we'll go for constraint operators, joins, and then other values are also, other things are also there. So altogether it will be great learning for the SQL. Now we are gonna see that how can we do practice using online SQL. Daily recording, daily class recording, whatever I'm taking classes, daily recording will be shared in the Google Drive. Someone is asking that how can we get the recording? So if you want to get the recording, you will get here in the Google Drive. So your recordings will be shared in the Google Drive. Now see here, your all the batches. So batch 41, how it is there. So your SQL recordings is here. SQL recordings are here, and then your practice document is here. Your interview sessions are here. Everything you will get it like this only. And then data warehouse, Informatica, manual testing, test cases, and all. ALM, agile methodology. And then project part we have the separate folder. So project part, we have the separate folder, like here traditional project, then GCP product, Azure product, then we have the AWS product project also. I'm going to add here AWS project. Recently, I worked on the AWS project that I'm gonna explain it. Then experience related sessions are there. Uh, okay, and then resume and all everything is there. So how to prepare your resume, all these sessions are there. Altogether, it's a package. It's a package. Okay. You don't have to ping me for each and everything. You will have all the details in your Google Drive. Whatever you want, log into the Google and then get into the Drive. Get whatever you require, practice purpose, you practice, and then if any doubt will come, then reach out to me. Like that, I'll give you all the folder structure. And anyway, you have me as well as Venkatesh to help you a lot. Venkatesh is a very helping person and who will help you a lot for all these things. So don't worry on that. So me and Venkatesh will help you to get the things done. Now coming back to your online SQL practice, how can we do SQL practice online? If you are in office laptop and all, you are not able to install the SQL in MacBook or any other laptop, then you can do Oracle SQL Live. Type Oracle SQL Live. You can type Oracle SQL Live. It will give you like this. Now you see here first a link, whatever you get, then click here, Oracle Live SQL, then you will get this page. Okay, then you will get this page. You can sign in or you can click here, start coding. Now it is asking your mail ID as well as signing details. If you have Oracle software, then well and good. If you don't have the Oracle software, then you can go. Sorry, if you have not logged in earlier for the Oracle software, you have not provided the account, or if you have not created the account in Oracle database, then you can go and create your account by clicking here. Okay, you can create your account here. One more thing, guys. Whoever today is Sunday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 5 days. We are full free. So if you want, you can get the previous class recording. Start learning it. Okay, start learning it faster, and you can prepare faster also, and you can attend the classes also. This is the benefit, extra benefit I'm providing along with your classes. You will be preparing by previous class recording. You will be preparing by referring the previous class recording, as well as you will be attending the classes regularly. Okay, so both the facility I'll provide. So if you want to prepare in a faster way, you get the previous class recording and then uh, go and prepare your things in advance, or prepare in a faster way. Don't wait for the class to complete. This is completely class recording. This is completely all class recordings. One full class recordings are there. How I'm taking classes, all the classes will be stored here. So you can refer previous class recording and then you can get into the topics directly. And success rate for this one is 100%. People who focus more in learning, they complete this one in 25 to 30 days, or 20 days to 25 days and 30 days, and they will start going for the interview. They will go for the interview within a 25 days, 30 days. They will prepare full syllabus and then they will go for the interview. So you have everything in the drive. You don't have to go here and there. You have everything in the drive. Now see project part also, resume part also, how to upload in Naukri and all, what are the tricks are there, everything I have explained in this you can previous class recording. So you will be preparing by referring the previous class recording, plus you will be attending the regular classes also. If you are not working anywhere, then go for it. Go for it. Okay, don't wait for me to start the class on Friday and then Saturday DML. You can able to complete full SQL in another 10 days. 10 to 12 days, you will be able to clear your interview. It will, and like, sorry, you can able to complete your SQL within 10, 12 days, and then you can move on to other topics. You can complete in fast phase, and then you will go for it. Okay. Now, next one, Oracle SQL. So if you want to log into the Oracle SQL Live, you are gonna sign in with your credential details or create the account. If you don't have account in Oracle website, then create the account. How can you create the account? Give the mail ID, whatever the mail ID you want to give the mail ID, whatever the password you want to give, you can give here. Country India, first name, last name, you can give job title XYZ, work phone, you can give your number or any other number. They are not going to send you a message. They are not going to do anything. Okay. You can give any number, your number, then company name. You give your company name or you don't give company name, that is not the problem. Anything you can give, XYZ also you can give, anything you can give. Address, you can give your address or anything, they are not going to follow. Okay, zip code and all you can give for the address, but don't think they are gonna check anything. This is for the account creation. They want their details. Okay. Once you created the account, once you give these details, click on the create account, you will get a mail. You will get the mail. You will get the mail. You will get the mail. Oracle. On what format you will get the mail? You have to click. You have to verify your mail ID. You have to verify your mail ID. Now see, you will get mail like this. You have to verify your mail ID like this. You have to click in. Once the mail ID verified, okay, once your mail ID will be verified, you go here and then sign in. You go here and sign in, and whatever the password you have given, you give there and then sign in. Here, session is ended. So I'm gonna write it again. So you have to take care. If your session will be ended, then you can remove the history and then you can start session engine. If my session is ended, then what I can do, I can go and I can clear the history. Go and clear the history. But so many things are there. Delete cache all time. Okay. Then go and do again Oracle SQL Live. Oracle SQL Live. Go here. Whatever the mail ID and all you have, you give that one. Password also. Then log into that. Start coding. Now see your SQL worksheet open. One, if you see here, one, here you can write your query. Now, when I'm writing here, select a star from employees. See the output, what output you're getting. Now see, I'm writing here, select a star from employees. When I run this one, it is saying that table or view does not exist. So this employees table, it belongs to where? HR schema. So you can write here HR dot employees. So this employees table is from HR schema. You can write HR dot employees. When you write it here, now you are able to see the details. Whatever that is, Stephen were there in a employee ID 100, all 11 columns you are able to see. All these things you will be able to see. Same thing for other query.
This is just a live SQL for those who cannot install
You
SQL
can
and Oracle, right?
Yeah, see, when you will be in office, you are free. So in what happened, Oracle software or any other software, you will be not able to install in your office laptop. So in that case, what you do, like half an hour, 1 hour for practice purpose, you can open this SQL Live, and then you can do practice there also. Okay.
Okay, it's basically the same thing.
Same thing, same thing. You can create your table and all, everything. Now, I want to fetch employee ID from employees. Only thing is that you have to give the this one. It's work like a database only. Enter, new tab will open right here. Give the reference HR schema and then run. Why it's running all these things? Because I have not given. You have to select like this. You have to select like this, and then you can run. Only for the 103 it is showing 100, 101, 102, 103. So like this you can do practice. So you do practice like this, and then if you'll face any trouble, we'll tell you again in Friday class. Or anytime if you'll have doubt, you can message me, you can contact me, or you can message bank test or anything. What I'll do, I'll tell bank test, you do practice tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I'll tell bank test to take one session on Wednesday evening for the doubt clearance. If you're writing first time, if you're writing first time query, then okay. So sorry, whatever the doubt you will get in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice, you can ask. Okay, this is all basic query. So next week also, after 3 days class, Friday, Saturday, Sunday class, next week also Venkatesh will take one doubt session. Once we will complete 60% or 70% of our SQL syllabus, then Venkatesh will start the group discussion. Venkatesh will start the group discussion so that you will participate. You will start speaking in the group discussion. Group discussion, like whatever the topics are there. When you will start speaking, no, you will get a proper idea. If only reading is not much effective. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to start speaking also. It's for interview. What you have to tell exactly, each and every supports will be given by the me as well as Venkatesh. Now, next one, you can drop your feedback, guys, in the in the group. You please drop the feedback so that other people also will get motivated to join the session. Please drop your feedback, like how much is the explanation, is I'm going fast, or the explanation in proper speed. I'm repeating again and again, whether you are understanding or not. Please drop a feedback in the WhatsApp group, guys. Assignment, do same thing practice only. Assignment will be given from the Friday classes. Do same practices. This all practices you do, add a new columns, add multiple values, do for the names as well as for the job ID or the hire date, and then do the practice. This is very first class. We'll give you assignment from the next class. When DDL and DML command will discuss, from that time we'll give you the assignments. Okay, guys. So now we'll disconnect the class, and please share your feedback. Okay. Thank you for joining, everyone. If any doubts will be there, so please reach out to me with my WhatsApp number. If you don't have my WhatsApp number, please note down to the WhatsApp number. This is very initial stage of your class. So yeah, and if you want to prepare in a faster way, you can go prepare. You refer by referring the previous class recording. Utilize your Monday to Friday time. Friday till Friday times you can practice more and more, and then you can file your query also in the next class. Okay, bye everyone. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.